My name is Dana Ritchie. I am going to my senior year at Stanford, and at Stanford my major is mechanical engineering with a focus in design. This summer I'm working in the Goldbogen lab to look at the biomechanics of whale feeding and why we should pay attention to how they've evolved to have these cool feeding techniques. Yeah, so one of the ways this fits in with my program up at Stanford is that I do identify as a designer and a design engineer. And I feel like I'm redesigning a lot of the information that we're learning. Some of the hardcore research can be kind of dense sometimes, so I'm passionate about redesigning the information and repackaging it so that it can get out to the public, so people can learn about why these mammals are important and especially important to protect.
Hi, my name is Megan Gidd. I'm going to be a junior at Stanford, and this summer I'm working in the Columbia lab with several other interns using genetic analysis to analyze the different aspects of heat resilience. And every day I come into the lab and I do DNA extractions and amplifications on tissue samples from American Samoa to look for their symbiont types and evaluate how different symbiont types react to rising ocean temperatures. I think that the ability to evaluate organisms at a genetic level has huge implications for marine conservation, and I'm so excited to hopefully be back next summer working on my honors thesis.
My name is Jack Lane, and I'm going into my senior year at Stanford. This summer I'm working in the Denny laboratory here at Hopkins. It's a biomechanics lab. Specifically, I'm working on a project with intertidal copepods. So we're looking at how changing salinity and temperature affect these little guys. This is especially relevant because climate change means not just a change in the average of environmental conditions, but a change in the variance. So it's a really exciting thing that I'm getting to work on. And start my day with taking care of the copepods that we're keeping in the lab, monitoring the cultures that we maintain there. I run tests that measure their activity levels at different temperatures and salinities. And I come out into the field each day to check the tide pools and look at them in their natural environment. Behind me are our tide pools, as a matter of fact. This is the intertidal zone right behind me. We have a couple of high tide pools that are in the splash zone, so they don't receive water from the high tide every day, but they receive wave splash, and that's where the copepods that we're working with live.
What kind of loser copepod lives in a tide pool instead of the open ocean?
A very cute one. These little guys are called Tigriopus californicus, and they're found all along the west coast of North America, all the way from Mexico to Alaska. And they do not do well with predators. They disappear instantly, so they live in these splash pools above where tide pool fish and anemones hang out. This summer has been my first experience with marine science. I grew up in landlocked cities, and I've fallen in love with the ocean really just recently in my life, and I'm just thrilled to be here this summer and to get to work with, around, and right next to the ocean.